everybody, welcome to another episode, and today I'm going to be talking about diet mentality. So, what is diet mentality? You'll most likely know because you're probably either in diet mentality right now or you have been and you're still desperately trying to shake it off and get rid of it, right? So, diet mentality is when you put yourself on some form of restriction, or you really want to follow a plan, or you may be part of a weight loss group where you're not allowed this, or if you do have that, you've got to count it or sin it or point it or whatever. And what happens with diet mentality is you feel so much stress and anxiety around food that, and also guilt. So if you've put yourself on this diet wagon, right? So we've all heard that saying, oh, I fell off the wagon, or I'm getting back on it. Well, there's actually no wagon. We've just put a wagon in our heads of a diet thing that we're on. Let's go, hop on this diet wagon and off we go. Here's ready for boring food and all this restriction. So, like I say, it brings stress and anxiety. So when you do fall off the wagon as well, it brings with all this guilt because you've #failed, right? Diet mentality is when you're at your friend's birthday party and she brings out a cake and you desperately want that piece of cake, but because you've got these #body goals, then you don't allow yourself to have the cake, when actually you would thoroughly enjoy the cake. You'd enjoy the experience with friends, and the piece of cake wouldn't really do much damage to your body goals, right? But it's about the mentality you've got and the stress, anxiety around it. If you want to have food and body freedom, you need to let go of dieting mentality. And the funny thing is, when we are on dieting mentality and let's say we've reached our body goals, like I did, and I've been on the dieting mentality for a long time, not anymore, it's so free, I must tell you, when you've come out of it. When you've reached your body goals, you still don't feel happy and fulfilled. Yes, I'm not going to lie, when you've got the body you want or as close to the body as you want, you feel happy with the way you look, or you feel proud that you've managed to achieve that, right? So I'm not taking that away from us, but I didn't personally, and a lot of my clients and the people that I speak to and the research I've done don't actually feel happy with themselves or fulfilled when they've reached that goal. And the reason for that is because we tend to have these aesthetic goals for other people. We say it's for ourselves, and it can be for ourselves. I'm not saying it can't be, but if you ask why you want to be a certain dress size or lose a certain amount of weight or fat, it all ultimately comes down, the deeper reason is because we don't feel good enough, and we ultimately crave love and appreciation and acceptance from others. So we think as humans, because society also bombards us with all of this information as well, we think that if we are our ideal body type, then we're going to get more love, more acceptance and more appreciation from others around us, because we just want to feel loved and wanted. So it's just something to think about, because it's okay. I advocate being fit and healthy and working towards goals in a healthy, sustainable way, but I do not advocate diet mentality, because that's where you end up in a mess. So how can diet mentality hold us back? So first of all, it can and it does create isolation. So how many times have you been asked to go for a nice meal or a social occasion that you've said no to only because you are going to feel stressed and anxious around the food, either because you're at a restaurant and I'm speaking from past experience, you really know the restaurant you're going to, you absolutely must have the burger because it's the best one, like TGI Fridays, the double Jack Daniels burger is like to die for. And you know that if you go there and if you kind of try and force yourself to have a salad, it ain't going to make you happy. So you turn down the social occasion and isolate yourself because you don't want to put yourself in that anxious situation, because it's all your state of mind around food, right? If you're in a good state of mind around food, you could either go and happily choose a salad or something healthier because you've got your mindset right and you're not coming from a place of restriction, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Or you could go and think, do you know what, I don't often go out and I really want to go, so I'm going to go, I'm going to have this burger, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. But when we're in dieting mentality, we isolate ourselves, cut ourselves off just because of this food anxiety. And most often what happens is you say no to this social occasion where you could have spent loads of memories and had a laugh, and then you end up binging at night by yourself anyway because you're annoyed at the fact you've not gone. And then if you emotionally eat like I used to do, then you go to the shop and buy shitloads of stuff anyway, so you may as well have gone and enjoyed yourself and built memories. Because what I ask myself sounds a little bit morbid, but if you're on your deathbed, right, and you're an old granny hopefully, and you're nice and old and you've had a wonderful life, are you going to be lying there thinking, yeah, go me, I had abs my whole life? No. Or are you realistically going to be lying there and treasuring all the memories you've made and the time you spent with loved ones, the time you laughed about it when I ate my whole birthday cake in one go and it was a full-on big birthday cake? Or, I know that's not normal behaviour, but you know what I mean? You are going to be cherishing the memories you had, not how strict you were with your food and how long you had abs for. Because again, it all comes down to the person you are in here, not just on the outside. So that is just something to think about. And what we tend to do is when we isolate ourselves, we tend to have a lot of regret afterwards for missing out. And when you fell off the diet anyway, because ultimately that's what we do, you could have actually joined that night out or whatever, but then you've missed out and you regret that, all because of your dieting mentality. Another thing that comes into play with dieting mentality, how many times do you want to say the word dieting mentality? Say it again for you. Is the fear of rejection. Now this, I've felt this for many, many years, and if I'm being honest, this was a big blocker for me, because fear of rejection. How many times have you not done something just because you're worried what people will think? So I'm not going to go on holiday until I'm bikini ready, right? I'm no word of a lie. A few months ago, well, probably almost a year ago now, when I was really at rock bottom, if my boyfriend would have woke me up and said, babe, surprise, I'm taking you to the Bahamas on holiday, like now, back then, 100% I would not want to go. I would literally be like, there's no way I'm getting on a bikini on a beach, and I literally would not want to go on a holiday of a lifetime just because I would have been so insecure about the way my body looked. There's no way I would have gone, and I'm not even joking with that. So that's how bad it was. And how often have you put things off because you don't think you're smart enough or fit enough or slim enough or whatever enough, right? We're holding ourselves back, and we're putting this ball and chain on ourselves because we need to get out of our own way and just go for it. Because if you're in the state of mind I was in now, back then when you're listening to this, it's not what you're going to want to hear, because in your mind you'll secretly be thinking, oh no, but yeah, I will lose the weight for the holiday, or no, but if I just follow this plan or just get strict with myself, then I will be able to manage this before I go for my job interview so I can wear this outfit. But stop it, beautiful, because first of all, you're enough exactly as you are. Who gives a shit if you're in your size 8 clothes or whatever, right? You give a shit, which is what your answer to me is going to be. I know, but just think about it and look at the bigger picture. How many years ago did you stop yourself doing things until you were a certain weight? And why aren't you there already? Right? So we're stopping ourselves from living the most beautiful, amazing life just from our body insecurities or not feeling like we're good enough. So dieting mentality is always, I'll do it when, or I'll be happy when, or I'll do this job interview when I can wear that outfit. But you're literally wasting your life. And I know it's difficult, but just be brave and just do the thing anyway, okay? So it makes a big, big difference. Another thing that dieting mentality does for us in a negative way, it stops us connecting to ourselves and other people around us. So it makes us compare ourselves to other people all the time. Like, I was the comparison queen, and it was so shit. From when I was anorexic at 13, I just used to scan like anywhere I was and be like, who is someone skinnier than me, or am I the skinniest? Which, I'm being honest, that's what I used to do when I had that mentality. Where I was fairly anorexic, so I was very mentally ill. But that was the only thing that mattered in my whole entire life, was if I was the skinniest. And because I had a effed up body image anyway, I always thought people were skinnier than me when I was like practically dying of the skeleton just walking around. And it's just that diet mentality just F's your brain up, right? So if you are suffering severely, please get help. You need to see a psychotherapist or a counsellor or whatever to work through it, because you can do it. I'm living proof. I've had anorexia, I've had binge eating disorder, and I'm finally free. And oh my God, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because it's so amazing. And I just want to share that with you guys, because there's just so much more to life, and you can achieve so much more and be so happy. So where was I? Yes, you compare yourself to others and you judge other people. I mean, I'm being honest, I used to judge when I was like all shredded and, oh my God, yeah, I'm so #dedicated because I'm getting up at like 2 a.m. to do a 10k run before whatever. Boring. I used to look at, say, someone, for example, who wore a crop top when they didn't have six-pack abs. I used to think, well, who are they to wear that when they've not got abs? But you know what? The real reason that bothered me was because everybody in your life is a reflection, is a mirror for yourself. I mean, that is another episode, and I will do an episode on that, because when I realised that, I was like, holy shit, that is so true. And it takes a lot to understand, because at first I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. This person's annoying me, so why is that on me? But I'll explain that. But just for this example, the reason I was annoyed at this person wearing a crop top, because how dare they, because they haven't got abs, right, is because I so desperately wanted to be confident enough to wear that crop top, whether I was shredded or not. And I was basically jealous and envious of this person because they had the confidence to do that. And so that's why it bothered me. So you just become all judgy and compare yourself, and you just become into this negative state of mind, just in general, because you look at yourself in the mirror, and instead of thinking, oh yeah, well, you might think, oh yeah, I've lost a bit of weight, I feel like I'm looking really good, then you'll automatically find something you don't like, and then that's your next thing to work on, because you need to try and get it perfect. So it just encourages ourselves to be negative towards ourselves and other people, right? And it also encourages us, the dieting mentality, to completely ignore our body cues, right? So I'm talking about connection to ourselves and other people. When we're on this diet, or we're following either a diet plan or paleo, however you say it, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Whatever works for you and what makes you happy, that's the main thing. I'm not here slagging diets off. Well, it might be, kind of, sort of, I am a little bit, but that's from my experience and from how I've gained food and body freedom from the things I've done, right? So whatever works for you, if you're genuinely happy, amazing, keep doing what you're doing, right? But for me and for my clients, when we are restricting or following a plan or counting calories or whatever, if we're hungry, if our body's saying, yeah, okay, come on girl, I'm really hungry, can you please eat? And we're like, oh no, it's not time to eat yet, I only ate an hour ago, I've only got so many calories left for the day, or my diet plan doesn't allow me to eat at this time, then we're technically self-abusing ourselves, because we're not listening to our bodies. Our bodies have this own inner wisdom, by the way, which you have every answer you ever need inside here. You can't see my heart. Inside here, and it's like so freaking amazing to just know that. I'll go more into that with a connection and spirituality video, but we have all the answers we need, and just simple things like, I'm hungry, so feed me. So if you ignore your hunger, your body's going to still be hungry. So what it will do is Okay, let me start again. What your body will do is it will send, I'm going to say it in a different way because I can't say that word. Physiologically, I can't say it. Your body will release more hunger hormones, and your hunger hormone is called ghrelin. I remember it like it's like a little gremlin. And it will release, the more you ignore your hunger, the more you'll have this ghrelin all in your body, like being like eat, which is then why we tend to binge, because we're restricting ourselves too much. All this ghrelin hunger hormone is having a party in your body, and then you physically can't help but eat because that's what your body's making you do, and you've only got so much brain power to stop yourself because it's a natural human need to nourish ourselves, right? And then what it also does when we ignore our hunger is our other hunger hormone, which is called leptin. That's a satiety. Oh my God, literally can't speak English today. That's a hormone that when we eat, it says, oh, okay, I'm satisfied now, you can stop eating. But when we're ignoring ourselves, all those are being released at a rapid rate to try and get us to eat because our body wants to keep us alive and we don't want to go into starvation mode. So, long story short, your body is going to scream at you to eat, which is why you're hungry and which is why you should not ignore your hunger, because that's your body telling it's hungry, right? And also the opposite happens. When we go on a binge and we binge eat, and because most of the time the food that we're eating, we have to get it all in now because it's the last time we're going to eat this, and obviously it's not, because you're going to have another binge. No matter how much you tell yourself you're not going to, you do. But it makes you feel better at that moment to get it all out the house, eat all the ice cream. I've been there, done it a million times before. Eat all the cookie dough, whatever, because you're not going to eat it again because you're going to start your diet again tomorrow. But then we're ignoring our bodies in a different way, because then your body's saying, yeah, I'm really full, like I can't really fit anymore in your belly, and you're like, well, no, it's okay because I'm going to overdose on this and then I won't want it again, or, which doesn't ever work. I literally tried that with chocolate, pick and mix, and I just made myself even more addicted. Well, it doesn't work. It might work with alcohol. I don't drink alcohol, so I'm not sure. I did have tequila once. My brother-in-law, well, he didn't force drink at me, but I literally can't even smell tequila. I don't drink anyway. But anyway, that's another story. We're ignoring our body's fullness signals, right? So then we're self-abusing again in a different way, because this dieting mentality has got us to lose connection with ourselves. So our body's saying, I'm full, girl, stop eating, and you're like, nope, because I've got to get it all in, and it also tastes nice, right? But dieting mentality stops us feeling connected, and it stops us from expressing ourselves and enjoying like how beautiful the world is, because we're just too caught up in this cycle in our heads, and it took up so much of my headspace. That's all I was thinking about, and it didn't give me a chance to think about how I'm going to improve my financial status or improve my relationships or learn or grow, because all I was thinking of is, oh, I wonder if I can stick to my calorie allowance today, because then if I restrict by this much per day, then that means at the weekend I can have a blowout and have a cheat day, which is what the gym teaches you, which is really shit. And then that's how you teach yourself to do a binge and diet cycle. So the question is, how can we overcome this? The first step is to become aware at what dieting mentality means to you. I mean, I'm going to laugh a little bit now, because what does that mean to you? Dieting mentality to me, it meant a lot of things, because I literally did everything. So one time my dieting mentality was counting calories. The next time my dieting mentality was not eating carbs. Then it was eating paleo, however you say it. Then it was following Slimming World. Then it was following Weight Watchers, like the cabbage soup diet, everything. I've even done like these cleanse things where you like drink aloe vera for 3 days. Like, are you being serious? Yeah, I actually did that. But for you, what is your dieting mentality? Is it trying to be good, but from a state of restriction and guilt and stress, not just because you generally want to eat healthy? So the first thing is to find out where you're coming from and what that means to you, and then we need to stop it, beautiful. I know it's freaking hard really, really hard, and you're just going to think, oh my God, I'm going to be the size of a whale or the size of a house. What if I've not got these rules and things to stick to? How am I going to reach my health goals? Because I am saying all this, right? And I do appreciate and understand that the reason we get into this diet trap is because we want to be healthy, or we want our body to look a certain way. There is steps you need to go through. So the first thing I teach in my coaching is we need to learn how to first accept ourselves the way we are. That doesn't mean staying how you are, by the way, which is what I used to think. But it just means accepting yourself, loving yourself as you are, which is freaking hard. But if you do the inner work, it really does happen, and it's so true and so amazing. And then you can move forward to your goals with a state of mind and a feeling of abundance and good feelings and self-love, and not, oh my God, I've got to restrict, I've got to get to this body shape or this body size because I want to reach this body goal, right? It's all about, and I'll keep saying it and I keep pointing in my head, it's all about your mindset, and it always starts from there. So we need to stop the dieting mentality, relax, and if you need help with that, because intuitive eating is absolutely great and you must do that to end this diet restriction, but to get towards our health goals, we need to adopt healthy habits, but we need to come from a place of love and abundance, not restriction and body hate, okay? So if you need help, I'm here for you, reach out to me. Another thing is with regards to fitness, okay? So dieting and fitness goes hand in hand, partially because to change the shape of your body or your physical appearance, and you lift weights or you do cardio or you just work out, and most people do that for aesthetic reasons, again because they want to look a certain way, whether it's for themselves or other people, or they think they're going to be loved more. FYI, you're not a better person when you've reached your body goals, by the way, just saying. It all comes from here, not here. What was I saying? Yeah, so fitness wise, so if you're going to the gym now and you friggin' hate it, and you're only going because, oh, I need to go because I need to lose weight, or I need to grow my booty or whatever, if you don't like it, stop. Find something that you love. The best form of fitness is to do something that you love, okay? So if you used to love spinning and you just don't do spinning anymore because someone told you that lifting weights is better and whatever, scientifically that may be the case, but if you love spinning, get your ass back on that spinning bag and go and do spinning, because you're going to enjoy it. It's all about how happy things make you in life. So we've got all this scientific research and all this scientifically backed and blah blah blah, which is all well and good because we need that in our lives to move forward and progress. But if you don't like something, don't do it, but find something you do like. So I'm sure some of you might be thinking, oh yeah, well I like sitting watching Netflix all night, but do you really? Every single night? Really? Because yeah, you might like it, but then you might be like, do you know what, join a walking club. Or you know what, I really love to dance, but I'm a bit shy and I haven't danced for a while. Go and join a Zumba class, or, you know, sign yourself up to a dance class, take a friend, or just do it brave and just go for it yourself. Do what you love. That's what I'm trying to say from the heart. I wake up every morning. I do have high expectations for myself, which is what I mentioned in my last podcast. And YouTube video. I have high expectations for myself, so most times I have a workout plan for the week. But if I wake up like today, I've woke up and I'm actually really tired because I've been teaching body pump recently, so I've been training myself and I've been teaching body pump, and my whole body is just really sore and I'm teaching body pump tonight, so I'm like, do you know what, yes, it's on my planner to go to the gym and do a circuit this morning, but I'm not going to do it because I don't feel like it. So instead I'm going to do some yoga because I'm going to enjoy that and that's going to be good for me. So it's all about what brings you happiness with regards to fitness, okay, and moving your body, because when you do move your body, it releases endorphins and it makes you feel good, and it's like releases all these happy hormones, and so it has a physical effect on your body as well, and it also makes you feel good because you've done something. So always come from a place of love. And so the last thing is to have compassion for yourself. Have so much compassion for yourself that it's like overflowing onto everybody else. So change is hard. It's not easy. But to fully love ourselves, we must also love the experiences that has got us to the person that we are now. So there's no point thinking, oh, well, last year I binged almost every day, every night. I wish I hadn't done that. If I hadn't done that, I would have been in this shape. If this, what if, buts, maybes, whatever. No matter how much you regret something, we can't change our past. So all you're going to do is make yourself feel like shit and just move forward with a feeling of sadness and regret. So have compassion for yourself. Like my story, everyone has a story, right? And everyone goes through pain in their life, and it's what you do with that pain. Like I'm standing here talking to you because all the shit I've been through in my life, I've used my past experiences as my strengths going forward to make my future, but more importantly, your future and everyone who listens to my message and who I can help, a better place, right? So if I hadn't gone through any of the stuff I'd gone through and hit rock bottom and shower in the dark because I didn't want to look at my body, or literally eat chocolate on the toilet because I was hiding it, like if I hadn't gone through all that, I wouldn't be here helping you today, because that's my story. Everyone has a story, but just accept that where you are meant to be here. Even if you're in a really shit place right now, please trust that you are meant to be in this position, and the universe, the world, yourself, whatever you believe in, there is something and there is a reason why you're in this position. So it's what you do next that counts, okay? And the very last thing is to commit. So you've figured out what dieting mentality is. Hopefully you've decided that, do you know what, dieting mentality is not serving me. I don't want to do this anymore. Please help me get out of this, right? So you've become aware of it. You need to take action and commit to a dieting mentality free life. Oh my God, it's so good. This is why I'm here talking to you. Please reach out to me if you need help. Research stuff on the internet. Download my free stuff. Just help yourself or invest in yourself to get yourself free of this dieting mentality and body love, because it's so freaking amazing. And that leads me to say, go out there and shine, because you really are enough exactly as you are, and you can have, do and be anything you want. So just do it. Speak to you next time. A walking club. Oh, you know what? I really love to dance, but I'm a bit shy and I haven't danced for a while. Go and join a Zumba class, or, you know, sign yourself up to a dance class, take a friend, or just do it brave and just go for it yourself. Do what you love. That's what I'm trying to say from the heart. I wake up every morning. I do have high expectations for myself, which is what I mentioned in my last podcast and YouTube video. I have high expectations for myself, so most times I have a workout plan for the week. But if I wake up, like today, I've woke up and I'm actually really tired because I've been teaching body pump recently, so I've been training myself and I've been teaching body pump, and my whole body is just really sore and I'm teaching body pump tonight, so I'm like, do you know what, yes, it's on my planner to go to the gym and do a circuit this morning, but I'm not going to do it because I don't feel like it. So instead I'm going to do some yoga because I'm going to enjoy that, and that's going to be good for me. So it's all about what brings you happiness with regards to fitness, okay, and moving your body, because when you do move your body, it releases endorphins and it makes you feel good, and it's like releases all these happy hormones, and so it has a physical effect on your body as well, and it also makes you feel good because you've done something. So always come from a place of love. And so the last thing is to have compassion for yourself. Have so much compassion for yourself that it's like overflowing onto everybody else. So change is hard. It's not easy. But to fully love ourselves, we must also love the experiences that has got us to the person that we are now. So there's no point thinking, oh, well, last year I binged almost every day, every night. I wish I hadn't done that. If I hadn't done that, I would have been in this shape. if this, what if, buts, maybes, whatever. No matter how much you regret something, we can't change our past. So all you're going to do is make yourself feel like shit and just move forward with a feeling of sadness and regret. So have compassion for yourself. Like my story, everyone has a story, right? And everyone goes through pain in their life, and it's what you do with that pain. Like I'm standing here talking to you because all the shit I've been through in my life, I've used my past experiences as my strengths going forward to make my future, but more importantly, your future and everyone who listens to my message and who I can help, a better place, right? So if I hadn't gone through any of the stuff I'd gone through and hit rock bottom and shower in the dark because I didn't want to look at my body, or literally eat chocolate on the toilet because I was hiding it, like if I hadn't gone through all that, I wouldn't be here helping you today, because that's my story. Everyone has a story, but just accept that where you are meant to be here. Even if you're in a really shit place right now, please trust that you are meant to be in this position, and the universe, the world, yourself, whatever you believe in, there is something and there is a reason why you're in this position. So it's what you do next that counts, okay? And the very last thing is to commit. So you've figured out what dieting mentality is. Hopefully you've decided that, do you know what, dieting mentality is not serving me. I don't want to do this anymore. Please help me get out of this, right? So you've become aware of it. You need to take action and commit to a dieting mentality free life. Oh my God, it's so good. This is why I'm here talking to you. Please reach out to me if you need help. Research stuff on the internet, download my free stuff. Just help yourself or invest in yourself to get yourself free of this dieting mentality and body love, because it's so freaking amazing. And that leads me to say, go out there and shine, because you really are enough exactly as you are, and you can have, do and be anything you want. So just do it. Speak to you next time.